Hello, and good day to you. I have been having a very hard time keeping my ducks in a row. They are all over the place, and I'm working on that. I have not abandoned the troll book, but it has been put down for a second. Maybe next week we'll actually get back to it. I have had a change of plans, and I've decided to do a painting every day this week. That's the goal. I don't know if I'll actually make it, but I'm just trying to get more familiar with the painting and underpainting, and I just need to get the bad stuff out. So for this video, I just decided to do this smudge drawing. I don't know if there's a name for it. Maybe there's a name for it. I took my chamois, which is a piece of leather, I think, and you use it in charcoal drawing, so it's covered in decades worth of charcoal, and I smudge it on my sketchbook page, and then I freehand whatever image I see in the smudge. So that's what this drawing is. Some announcements, because I should share with people what I am doing. I never do that. But I'll be at Green Brain Comics in Dearborn for Free Comic Book Day. So come say hi. They'll have a lot of other guests and creators, and they have a great selection of comics and free comics. They're also carrying my comic Edme. So if you go to Green Brain and you see Edme, feel free to pick up a copy. Vault of Midnight in Ann Arbor will also be carrying the graphic novel Edme soon. And then also, I want to give a heads up. I will be at the Michigan Renaissance Fair all season. And if you'd like to say hi, please feel free to do so. If you'd like to talk shop, art, we're all happy to talk to you about your art projects and what advice we can offer. Though I feel like nowadays I am not very good at offering advice as I'm trying to figure it all out myself. Anyways, come say hi. So, a project I've been working on that's not art, but it is related to art, is that I have been deeply decluttering my home. Not that it was horribly messy before. It was very organized, but I've recently come to realize I really don't need that much, and so I've been stripping away a lot of stuff. And an interesting problem that I have been running into through the years of doing this is that I don't know how artists or creative people declutter, because, they collect a lot and they make a lot, and I had childhood sketchbooks and journals and pictures and all sorts of things. And I've been slowly getting rid of layers of things because I draw so much. There's many sketches that I don't really need. One thing I've learned is that the sketches and the art and the practices, they serve their purpose by existing and coming into existence. They don't need to continuously serve a purpose by existing. I draw a lot of bad drawings so that I can understand the nature of drawing, and then draw the drawings that I want to draw. Does that make sense? So I do not keep all my sketches or sketchbooks. I burn them, actually. And, it's because the paper and the pencil and the sketches, they have already served their purpose, and that is to have been made. I've recently gotten rid of a lot of childhood drawings, which sounds sad, but it's fine. I kept a few examples of them. And, I know what's important to me to have. And also, a lot of my childhood drawings were a lot of the same thing over and over again. So, I didn't need hundreds of the same drawings of Sailor Moon and Vegeta. And I have burned my high school journal. I opened it up for a second to read to see if there was really anything in there I wanted to know. And it was all stuff I remember, or stuff I'm like, I don't care to remember anymore. I'm not there anymore. I am past that. We are living in the present and going forward. And that is something that I have learned through this decluttering. And as I declutter what you might think as more and more meaningful pieces, it's that I do not want to archive my life. I don't want to preserve the past. The past is in me, and it is part of me, and I have the memories, and I have the experience. I do not need to keep the items. And I'm probably not going to revisit them either. I've kept my childhood drawings because I felt like I needed to. I thought that was what people did, but I don't need to. And by getting rid of them, I am experiencing a freedom and not letting the past go, but in a way letting the past go, respectfully, but more focusing on the present and on the future. My goal with all of this is to live in the present, not in the past, not preserving the past, and not thinking about what ifs about the future, but aiming at the future while intentionally living in the present. And that's been my goal with this deep, kind of harder decluttering. So I have burned a lot of my art, my sketchbooks, and even more recent art. I've learned that I know what's important, what I need to keep, and a lot of it I don't need to keep just because I feel a responsibility to it. I can let it go. But I do keep, so far I'm keeping all the comic and picture book pages I've ever done. Just in case. But all that to say that if you're in the process of decluttering your home and minimizing, and you're looking for advice from somebody who's done it from an art perspective, I can say that I've gotten rid of a lot of my stuff, and I don't feel bad about it. I feel good about it. I'm happy that it's respectfully gone. I do not want to manage boxes and boxes of paper, of art. I want to live flexibly and freely in the present. So that's my advice, and that's what I've been doing lately. And embarrassingly, it might be why I'm behind on my goals of getting the picture book done. But it's necessary. I find it necessary to me. And another thing, a weird thing, why it's necessary, something in my brain yells at me until I open up a box and go through it. So I'm not forcing myself to go out of my way to do this. Something's pulling me towards it. So it's been a bit of a much lately. But yeah, so hopefully I can regain control of my brain and of my time and of the present and continue with the troll book. I have actually much more I could share about the process of downsizing and decluttering, and it's oddly a topic I'm interested in and spend a lot of time thinking about our relationship between our physical items and ourselves, and what our physical items mean and how they impact our brains. Very interesting. And it's also complicated because being a creative person, I like to collect things. I also really like to make things, and there's a uncomfortable overlap there. But anyways, I have a lot of thoughts on the subject. Maybe I'll share them later. But for now, you can burn your childhood sketchbook and you will be okay. But only if you want to. You don't have to. I did keep my very first sketchbook, which is a Lisa Frank, one with a blue cat on it. Maybe I'll show it. So, I think that's it for now. And good luck with your art projects and managing all your boxes of drawings. And I'll see you next week. Okay, goodbye.